The next song, We Just Disappear, has an interesting memory for me because it was the first song that I ever performed live with the wireless headgear, which has become something I use at every show. I was performing at Papago Park in Phoenix, Arizona, and I had my usual setup with my upright mic stand with a standard microphone on it and an exceptionally long cord, hundreds and hundreds of feet of cord. And the whole concert setup, everyone was all around me, all over the park basically. And someone said, you know, you could use my wireless. And I was like, no, my cord's long enough. And he pulled it out and he goes, no, 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 you could use my wireless, meaning you could have your hands free. And that was the first show that I did where I had my hands free, and it changed everything forevermore. It was so great just to be able to do whatever I wanted and dance as much as I wanted to and fling my arms and flail my arms however I saw fit. And I remember that sound check just going, wow, this really is the new beginning for this ministry. This was just right as Does God Sleep, right when it was starting to break, and it was a very exciting time. And the song We Just Disappear, was really about Christians and how we just fade into the woodwork because we haven't found our voice in this world, we haven't found our place in. And it was funny because, you know, Michael W. Smith sang that song about finding our place in this world, and I always thought about that with We Just Disappear, that our place in this world is a place of example, and our place in this world is a place of love, but because we're so angry and we're so hateful, we eventually just lose our voice and we just disappear because we become obsolete. Nobody wants us, nobody needs us because we're not bringing anything that people actually benefit from. I try really hard throughout my recording career to include as many spirituals as I can that are appropriate for the record, and the one that landed on Does God Sleep, Trampin', was a really, really, really old, obscure song that not too many people know. And it really concentrates on the pilgrimage of the Christians, much like Wayfaring Stranger. And I actually discovered it through Patti Smith. She recorded it that year, or I believe the year before. And I heard it and I said, "Guy, this is a really old song. I remember this." And I went and discovered it, and I thought it was really beautiful, but it was short. It was short. And I wasn't sure what I wanted to do, and I was talking to my son, so it was about 2006, so he was 12 or 13 at the time, and I played him the song, and I said, the song's really good, and I want to do it on my next record. But it's too short, and I don't know. You know, how many times can I repeat the verse? And he goes, well, why don't you just write another verse to it? And I was like, well, I don't know. I don't usually do things like that. I don't usually add to previously established classic works. But he had no shame, and he went ahead and wrote a verse to it, and I loved it. You know, he said that they say in heaven, love comes first, and you know, and Jesus is going to take away our hurt. I mean, it was pretty nice stuff coming from your kid. So I used it. I used his verse, and I recorded it and performed it tons of times that year. And I'm very proud to say that Trampin' is one of my most downloaded songs off the internet. And I know my kid thinks he's going to get rich off me for it, but he's not. But he should be proud. He did a great job, and it's because of him that I even recorded the song. personally, I think his section of the song really brings it to modern light, and I'm really happy with it. That was one of the acoustic songs on the record as well, and I remember the first time I ever did it live. I was performing in a predominantly black church, and I didn't know that when I was invited to play, because the pastor was white, and I was afraid people would hate me and not accept me, and I did Trampin' during sound check, and that was the first time I ever did it in front of people, and I did it during sound check, and I started playing this blues groove, and I was going, hey, it sounds really good like this, and people started gathering around, and when they saw what song it was, so many of them actually knew the song, and I was like, God is so smart. God is so smart. He knows exactly what people are going to respond to. And Patti Smith is one of my all-time favorite artists, and Trampin', her record Trampin' was phenomenal, and the song was beautiful, and she always incorporated beautiful religious images in her work, and it was great to pay homage to her. Does God Sleep has several homages to Patti Smith on the song Does God Sleep. When I go, I don't think so, no, is from her song Ain't It Strange. So I'm happy with Trampin'. Thank you, Frisco, for the great song.